hope you are doing well. Enjoying some math today. We're going to. I'm going to show you how to take 2 points on a line and use that information to write the point slope form of that line. So I'm just giving you the points here, but in real life, maybe you'd just be given the points, or maybe you would have the graph of a line. You know. Uh, like that, and you would just just pick a couple points on the line and get the coordinates, and then from there you would write the point slope form. So I'm just giving you the points, and okay, so we'll use that to write the point slope form. So the point slope form basically says this: if we call the slope of a line m, and we've got a point x1, y1 on that line, then y minus the y coordinate of that point equals the slope times x minus the x coordinate of the point on the line. That's what that's saying. So all we really need is one point that's on the line and the slope of the line, and we can write the point slope form. Hence, point slope. Now, if you're just given 2 points, you need to figure out what the slope is. All right. So you can use either one of these points for the point on your line, but you need to figure out what the slope is before you can write the point slope form. This is not the point form of linear equations. So let's find out what the slope is first. Now, as a reminder, slope is a lot of teachers will call it rise over run. To me, that doesn't mean anything, so I call it the change in y. The delta just means change, so change in y. Does y go up by 3? Does it go down by 5? The change in y relative to the change in x. So if x goes over 2, does y go up 4? Does it go down 3? Something like that. So rise is a way of calling, describing the change in y. But it's not necessarily, rise to me says it's always going up, but maybe y is going down. I don't know. So I just call it change in y over the change in x. So yes. So all we need to do, so we've got 2 points here. And I'm going to rewrite these so that they're actually stacked on top of each other, which makes it easier for me to see. So I'm going to rewrite this one down here. Okay. So these are our x coordinates, and these are our y coordinates. So let's find out our slope here. That's change in y over change in x. So as I go from, so let's do change in y first. So as I go from 10 to 5, what happens? What's the change there? Well, it decreases by 5. So my change in y is negative 5. Going from 10 to 5 is decreasing by 5. Now, what happens to my x when that happens? I go from 4 to 2. So what's that change? Going from 4 to 2. That's a change of negative 2. So I can cancel all the negatives here. So my slope would be 5 over 2. Right? I could have done this the other way. I could have gone this way. What happens when I go from 5 to 10? I increase by 5. What happens when I go from 2 to 4? I increase by 2. See. Okay, so I've got my slope now, and I've got a point on the line. Actually, I've got 2 points. So I can choose either one of these, but I have to definitely choose one so as to not get confused. So I'm going to choose this because I didn't cross it out. So the point slope form says y minus the y coordinate of the point that you've chosen, so 10 in this case. Y minus 10 equals the slope, which I figured was 5 over 2, times x minus the x-coordinate of that point that you picked out. So there we go. I could have written, I mean, I could have used the other point, you know, y, it would be y minus 5 equals 5 2 over x minus 2. That would work. Any point on the line will work. You know, so there's an infinite number of ways that you could write a point slope form for a particular line. These particulars could be different. Slope needs to be, you know, there's only one correct answer for the slope of any given line. But yeah, okay. So let's try this other pair of points here. So I need the slope and I need a point on the line. So I've got 2 points here, so I'm good to go on points. I just need to figure out the slope. So I'm gonna stack these on top of each other just to make it easier to look at, like that. So my slope is change in y over change in x. So what's my change in y? As I go from 1 to 5, what happens? That's an increase of 4. As I go from 7 to -1, ouch, that's a decrease of 8. So -8. -8. So I can clean this up a little bit and call that -1/2. So I've got my slope now, and I've got a point in the line, so I'm good to go. So y minus the, all right, what point am I? Let's just pick this one. Okay, so y minus the y coordinate is equal to the slope, -1/2, times x minus the x coordinate. In this case, 7. All right. So here's 2 problems for you to try. I've got 2 pairs of points on lines. Use this information, find the slope, and then use the slope and one of these points to write a point slope form of this line, and then the line that contains these 2 points as well. All right, good luck.